as a writer-director, how much do you write character backstories, or how much character work do you do with your actors to make sure you're on the same page?
Well, I
you
think
do
the
a lot
Nugget
of character sketches.
No, I don't do that. I collect data on the people that I want to create. I don't formalize it into sketches. What I'm looking at is, can I find the nugget, this damage? You know, a woman's husband is killed in a traffic accident, and she's pregnant. She marries another guy, and he starts to resent that she was only married him to give a father to her son. And so whenever the son acted up and made mistakes, you know, he would punish the mother. And that man grows up to be a person that's frightened of standing up to people, because if he does anything, he's going to bring shit on them. And that is the story, as he learns to stand up for himself, and that it wasn't his fault, and that he can become the person he should be. That story is the thing that I'm interested in getting out there and enriching the world with. So, you know, that process of telling stories is something that I'm still, you know, exploring every different way I can, and finding the journey in it to be valuable. And I think I've lost my point. So
no, I get it. I think the idea of backstory, it can be a little tricky if you take it literally. Everyone, you know, all the writers out there, because we don't necessarily need to have the flashback in that example that you gave. I mean, maybe we do, maybe we see, you know, but there's a cinematic way to do it, because a lot of times flashbacks can just be expositional, or it's like a repeat of information, and the audience, they kind of already knew or assumed, or if this piece of information is a huge level of a twist or something and it changes everything. The backstory, I think, for me personally anyway, is really just to help me as the writer understand the character. We don't necessarily need to write that into the story, because we do want to trust the audience.
Yeah, I want to write that nugget exposure into the story, because if it's profound, it makes a revelation. But you don't want to carry all the weight of it, and you know, by associate too much of it, then takes away from your forward momentum. I believe in writing really tight stories, no repetitions, no dead time, because I don't think the audience has the patience these days for anything that isn't driving forward. And also writing screenplays, I really believe that the opening is a giant opportunity to create a contract with your reader that you're going to be in good hands to write something profoundly energetic or fascinating. You know, grab me in those first 3 pages. Don't do a slow build-up. But those are the kinds of just psychological, you know, how to win over a reader. Story construction, I will make notes of all kinds of things. So I'll go and read Psychology Today and look at people who, you know, slightly disturbed, and try and see my villains as heroes in their own world. And that, again, you know, gives them things to talk about. And so, you know, you're looking to enrich your characters, but I don't do it formally. Although that nugget is the thing I'm most searching for, and they come at various times in the process. These things do not come out in a linear form. There's times when you just have to have faith that your problem-solving systems will bring it to you. Sleeping on it. Go take a shower. Sounds absurd, but showers somehow disassociate you from your hardcore thinking processes and allow the left brain to shoot out ideas. And I've solved many problems by taking a shower and getting out and going. I carry literally a space pen and waterproof paper in my shower, because I know if you don't write ideas down, they literally evaporate.
Yeah.
Just trust that if you're, and you know, it's like the Americans took the World War II and they jumped the islands they couldn't occupy. So they got to their goal and then went back and fixed them. And we call our process islands of sanity. So we would scope out things that we knew we wanted to get to. We might have a beginning, a middle, and end, and a couple of other things. And then we trusted that we could fix the other pieces. I always liked writing with an ending that was so impassioning to me that it made me want to finish the project. But that approach of just believing that you will keep learning and growing as you write, and these things will come, is really helpful.